I'm honored to be able to induct the 2011 class of the CAPPS Stars Hall of Fame. This is our third class of inductees, and each class represents its own special flavor of excellence that embodies what our sector is really all about. This year we're adding 2 more stars to the Hall of Fame. Now I use the word star both in the traditional sense and as an acronym. Each letter of the word star defines the qualities of those that we honor. The S stands for being a longtime supporter of CAPPS. True dedication over a long period of time is the essential meaning of the word support. The T stands for tireless in their efforts to promote our sector. These are the individuals who are always speaking about not only what we are as a sector and an association, but what we can be. They are the ones who set the bar for the rest of us. A is for absolute in their dedication to students and the schools that serve them. They display their passion for the job on a daily basis, and there is no doubt where they stand on the issue of excellence for their students, staff, and faculty. The R is for standing up as a visible role model and leader in their communities and in our sector. These are the people that we look up to on a daily basis. No association can successfully exist over time without the stars. We are so pleased to be able to publicly thank those who, often behind the scenes and without great fanfare, put in the long hours and make great efforts to sustain excellence, often in the face of opposition. I'd like to ask at this time Sherie Hurd to come forward and introduce our first inductee into the 2011 CAPPS Stars Hall of Fame.
Good morning. Those of us at Empire College are very fortunate to have a hands-on, inspirational leader with a wealth of knowledge about school operations and our sector, Roy Hurd. Roy's door is always open. Roy's door is always open to staff and faculty seeking advice on anything from printer jams to very difficult situations with students or employees. You'll find Roy walking the hallways and poking his nose into classrooms to ensure that Empire is delivering an engaging quality education. And there is nothing Roy likes more than learning students' personal stories as he awards them their President's Honors Pin at the end of 6 months. Roy believes in community service and service-based learning, a culture that all of us at Empire College embrace, and his tireless and positive commitment has made Empire a solid, respected institution in our community. With his vision and personal integrity, he is a supreme advocate for our sector, and it shows in everything he does. Roy describes himself as a passionate educator, and he loves to see students empowered by that education. As my personal mentor and role model, and the love of my life, he has helped instill that same passion and commitment in me. It's my pleasure to introduce Roy to you today.
Wonderful. Thank you. Picture? No? Okay. Now, how many of you have had your significant other introduce you in a forum such as this? I think I have to do something special for Sherie this evening. And I also appreciate, Joanne, that you used a picture of me taken 20 years ago for this. And is there any, is there a relationship here? I'm followed by Roger, I'm Roy. Well, you get the connection. Roy, yeah, you got it. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I am very humble in accepting this. I am very appreciative. CAPPS has been an organization which I think has done marvelous things throughout its many, many years. I have been a member of CAPPS since its original predecessor and the predecessor before that. My career started in a classroom because I think the heart and soul of what takes place in our sector of education is in that classroom. That is truly where retention begins. That's where the student spends most of their time. My roots in that classroom, I always like to go back, and I always like to talk to those students. I've seen all the challenges that there are out there, and if I have a theme that I would like you to take away from this particular convention from me, it's stay the course. Don't get distracted by all this stuff out there, and focus on what you do so well for so many students, changing so many lives. Having been through all of this, the Federal Trade Commission involved themselves early on in attempting to regulate colleges. I went through Maxine Waters 1, and then Maxine Waters 2, and an attempt at Maxine Waters 3, and it was this organization, the board of directors, your organization, and Robert Johnson who stood up and put the barrier at that particular point and allowed us to get past that particular activity. I've gone through a situation where there was no bank that was available to lend our students, and that happened for a period of time, and it was very stressful because there wasn't a bank that was involved. They just shut them all off in the particular process. It was a loss of guaranteed student loans, and it was an attack on our proprietary education. One of the interesting things about that is that the bank was not allowed to even talk to the college. We did not know the exact status of that student who had graduated out there that was repaying. Some of you may remember that. And so we were held accountable for the cohort rate, but at the same time, at that same time, we could not follow up because we didn't know where the bank was in terms of collecting that money. It certainly is a discrimination against our institutions because of our corporate status.